now tuned into another episode of the Hoodie and the Headband podcast show. It's your boy B, joined by my brother Tariq. It's Thursday. It's end of the week. We got some games tonight. Well, it's not Thursday that you're listening to this and watching this, but it's Thursday when I'm recording this. But being that it is Thursday, Tariq, how are you feeling?
Feeling great, man. We're winding down the school year. It's almost summertime. Almost time for summer camp. So a little bit of chaos, but hey, ain't nothing I ain't never dealt with before. Just finishing these last couple of weeks and then changing into a different gear, but still locked in with all these sports. As y'all know, shout out Naomi, man. She didn't get the job done against Iga yesterday. Well, Wednesday when you listen to this. But I mean that's one of the best games she's ever played. Up until 5-2, 5-3 in the third set. Set 2 and most of set 3 was some of the best tennis I've ever seen her play. So I'm just letting y'all know now. It's not gonna be very long before she's back at the top. I'm just letting y'all know that.
Indeed, bro. Indeed. I'm pulling for Naomi as always. Always been a fan of Naomi. Good to see her back out there on the floor for real, man. And I know it's gonna come within time that she's gonna be back on top, like you mentioned. It's just good to see her out there, bro.
For sure.
Game wasn't the same without her, but
I could just see I feel like when she first came back, she was just grateful to be back on the court.
Yeah.
Tennis court to play. And then Wednesday watching it, like when they were cutting to her like before or like after a point, like you could see it in her eyes. Like she had that look in her eyes like, oh, she wants to be like at the top again. Like she's not just here to just play tennis. Like
no,
she wants to be one of the best. And that with that mentality, she's one of the best already. So
listen, man, you already know, bro. You got Wimbledon coming up, and then I want to say what's next. I know it's Wimbledon,
the U.S. Open,
Australian Open, yeah.
And those are her. I mean, she's great.
Majors.
She's great on hard court. I want to say she's got two at the U.S. Open, 2 at Australian. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I think she got 2 at each. And clay court's probably her worst one. Out of
Wimbledon is clay, right?
No, Wimbledon is grass.
Okay.
French is clay.
Got it. Okay.
So we'll see how the grass court season goes, and then hard court season it's gonna be her season for sure.
Nah, for sure, man. Hey, if y'all need a good tennis follow, bro, Tariq is your guy. Tariq has been following tennis for a long time, knows the stuff. Definitely more in tune to it than I am. Between him and Karina, really, they really locked in on the tennis front. But
shout out to Karina, shout out to Mark, by the way. Happy birthday to Mark.
Happy birthday to Mark, friend of the show, mayor of Cleveland.
Shout out to Mark.
Yes, sir.
How about you, bro?
I'm good. Anyway, let's move on to the show, man. Nah, before I want to start the show, as you can see, I got on Louis Vuitton Dawn today. Dawn on the cover of Slam. It's lit. Shout out to Dawn. SCB here. So just wanted to shout that out. What else was there that I wanted to shout out?
Oh, there's a couple things we need to touch on before we start.
I say it's a little bit of news going on.
Okay. So Unrivaled.
That's what I was about to say. Unrivaled. Fee and Stewie. We're finding out more about Unrivaled starting in 2025. 3-on-3 league, best players in the world.
Top 30, she said.
Top 30, yeah. And then I saw someone saying that it's gonna be the highest paid women's league. Or like women's team sport.
He quoted and said in the US.
In the US, so, okay.
Yeah. Fee said
that's crazy.
He said it'll be the highest paid in US history. So
okay, that's good. That's what's up. That's lit.
So it'll be in Miami, full court 3-on-3, smaller court with 60 feet of a training camp during the 10-week window. and it will be in January, and it will lead into the W season. So
That's nice.
there's no possible way for it to mess up the W season, and that's going to keep players from going overseas, especially your best players. Obviously, as it goes on, hopefully they're able to get more and more, and then in 2026, maybe it's 60 players, or
Mm-hmm.
it's just hopefully it's just going to continue to grow,
Yeah.
and then at that maybe at a certain point the W is so viable that players don't have to go overseas at all. So
Yeah, I really would hope
we'll
for
be
them
able
to be
to,
able to stay on home
and
soil.
this will just be an option. It
Yeah,
won't be like an obligation.
yeah,
Notable investors: Alex Morgan,
yo.
Megan Rapinoe, Steve Nash,
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Wee West, Kobe Altman, John Skipper, David Levy. Um, Seed round also includes investment from Carmelo, Ashton Kutcher, Tyus Jones, Trey Jones, Gino Oriema, and some more people.
Shout out to
Respectfully.
the Jones brothers, man. People don't know they helped. They was on those practice squads for that Lynx dynasty, my more
Uh,
days.
yeah.
They was on a practice squad during that time period. Those are because they Minnesota boys, but yeah. So shout out to the Jones boys. Obviously, Duke brotherhood. You already know how we rocking over here, but also on that front too. Good to see more NBA players invested into the women's game. Good to see in another league. I know Athletes Unlimited has done a good job, but I mean, I like this option as well. I really am interested to see what players decide to play. If it's really the top 30 or just like the top 30 out of a pool of players. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's a couple players I want to see that I think that'll thrive in this environment.
I
Like,
think it will be the top 30 because no, not saying that these players aren't top 30, but there's a lot of players that have feel obligated to continue playing the Athletes Unlimited. So
yeah,
I think some of those players will wait for that season. But
yeah,
I think someone like Alicia Gray would go play an Unrivaled.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause like I mean, it'll be hard to see like, excuse me, some of the Athletes Unlimited regulars like Lexi Brown, Sid Colson, Kirsten Bell, like all move on and try and play an unrivaled. Like, you have your AU regulars and then you have your unrivaled players. Like, I'm thinking like with Stewie and Fee being like two of the top 5 players in the league, I'm thinking like Asia might suit up
Yeah,
for all season.
Asia's
Like, we don't know what Caitlin's off-season plans are quite yet. It's real early. Like
playing.
I would
She's
love to see Caitlin and Sabrina in that environment, dog.
they're playing in it, bro.
Hopefully Chelsea Gray healthy enough. I would love to see her in that environment too.
Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, like they're all playing. The ones that
Like,
stay
give
over.
me Kai. Give me Ryan Howard. I'm trying to think of who else is out there.
My question is
Um,
DT. Is she
Satu. DT.
D-
Let the youngest have this DT. No, I'm playing.
in a 3-on-3 setting? I can see it.
In the 3-on-3 setting, yeah.
Also,
Smaller court.
she retired from the W, but Candace come back and play in Unrivaled.
That's what I was also thinking too. Come on now, it's been a couple weeks in Miami, Candace. It's been a couple weeks in Miami. The kids will understand.
Exactly. And it's in January. They in school anyway.
It's in January. They in school.
It's cold outside where y'all at in Chicago. Or
Go ahead and
LA.
take a little winter vacation, man.
Word.
Wifey got him. Wifey got him.
But nah, shout out to Fee and Stewie. This is gonna be incredible. This is gonna be so much fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
The W season is like, it just feels like it flies by, and then we're like, dang, I can't wait for W season again. And now we have this and women's college basketball going on at the same time, so we can the more women's basketball,
The
the
more
better.
the merrier, man. Like for real, bro. Because like we see with the men all the time. Like the men got an 82 game season. NBA got an 82 game season, and then obviously you got college after that. But then it's like they got their summer leagues and stuff too. Like you got a summer league, you got Julie, you got the Rucker, you got Dykeman, you got Atlanta, you got the Miami Pro. Like you got the programs all over the place, man. And I'm glad that the women are getting that chance to have their off season fun as well.
Right.
The game is really growing to a place that is it's just the greatest time to like be in basketball, in my opinion, bro. Like you have multiple options. We got some of the best athletes in the game like this current. I mean, like athletes that ever touch a basketball on both sides of the spectrum, men's and women's, bro.
Yeah.
like carving out their legacies, and we're witnessing it in real time. I mean, I know this is a different subject, but this also adds into that, you know. And this is like the time where there's like real trailblazers for women's basketball, man. Like this league is gonna help bridge a gap, gonna be a good like developmental part, like a I mean we seen it with AU, and then we're gonna continue to see it with Unrivaled. Um, yeah,
And then also, we touched on it a bit, but we didn't talk about the name and everything. Golden State's team name is the
the
Valkyries.
Valkyries, yeah,
They had Kaylani out there to announce it, which I
yeah,
thought was
yeah. She did the
cool.
voiceover for not the
Yeah,
intro for the I guess
the,
you could say the introduction of the team name,
yeah,
yeah. And which I thought was pretty dope. I made a note of it on whenever the video came out that the start of it looked like her "You Should Be Here" cover, and
yeah.
I was like, oh, this is tough. Like, I love when things all connect and make sense. Like, you got to bury your artist, and then you like just make the connections. Like,
Like, oh,
it's like finding a sample. Really, it has that same like. It's like it just makes sense. Like, I love when things have intention and things have like meaning behind something, not just doing something, just meaning. Like, it makes it more special. You got Kalani, who's been paying attention to the women's game for years now. She performed at the All-Star game. Want to say, was that last year or year before last?
I want to say 2 years ago.
Dang, it was 2 years ago.
But it might have been last year. Honestly, it
I
might have
thought it
been.
was last year.
It might have been last year, but I
It
feel
was
like
last year. It was last year. It was last year. It was last year. Do not ask me how I remember it was last year, but it was last year. We're gonna leave that alone.
gotcha.
Yeah. But
Because last year was in Vegas. The year before that was in Chicago, correct?
yeah, it was definitely last year then.
Yeah,
Because they
so it's
opened it up a little more in Vegas.
yeah,
So yeah. Being a Kalani's been a great um just supporter of the game. She was at March Madness last year, March Madness year before last too, I believe. Um, really in touch with the game too. It ain't like she just
she
taking
not
the
just
front for the clout. Like she really
she know
about
these
it, bro.
right. She know these players. She know the teams.
Yeah.
Honestly, she a UConn fan, correct?
I mean, I think she's still a UConn fan. Yeah, she's still
Yeah,
rock. I think she's still rock with UConn. I know, she was talking to
yeah.
somebody on UConn. I guess to my knowledge, they're not. Cause I saw a comment. It was like, "Oh, it's cool to see Kalani still mess with UConn," and I was like, "Oh,
Wait,
I didn't
you were
know."
talking to somebody from UConn?
Like a player manager or something, like a grad assistant or something like that.
God,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause yeah, they was in TikToks together and stuff, and I thought she was at all the games and everything, and yeah, that's how she became cool with UConn, like for real, for real. But
gotcha.
yeah. All right. What other W news we have? Oh,
Toronto.
okay. Yeah, Toronto. All right. All right. Talk about Toronto real quick. Then I'm gonna talk about the BS. But
Dang, he just like yeah, just the. But shout out to
shout
Kathy
out to the
LeBron.
six.
Shout out to Kathy. She's doing her part right now. We got hey,
We could
fix your
give
face.
we could give Kathy an applause for that. A slow applause, but an applause. She
We
dropped the
got
ball. On
3.
she dropped the ball on something else though. That's what I'm getting towards. All right.
Okay, we'll get to that.
We'll get
But
there.
right
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll
but
get there.
right now we're gonna focus on the positive.
We're gonna focus on the Toronto whoever.
So Toronto will have a WNBA team in 2026.
Yeah.
Um, obviously, it'll be an expansion team like Toronto or not Toronto, like the Bay Area team.
Golden
Um,
State.
Toronto fans and country looks or Canada's country sounds very excited, and that makes me happy. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I wanted to go here, I wanted to go here. Like, I really just wanted to go. I want a team to go where they are actually wanted. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
want to see what we saw in the past where, um, you know, fans stopped supporting or fans just kind of forgot about it,
Mm-hmm.
and the teams were relocated
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason. Um, just support. That's it. That's all I ask. Just
Yeah.
if you're gonna beg for a team to come to your city, to come to your country, just support. Do what you said you was gonna do.
Yup.
And Toronto, Canada as a whole is a big sports country.
Oh yeah.
They're always super, super enthusiastic about their sport. So I expect them to do that. but it's gonna be very fun to see. Now that we've got charter flights, making that flight to Toronto, especially in 2026, would be much easier than it would have been 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, so with Kathy saying that things need to be more viable before you can make things like that happen, it wouldn't have made sense a couple of years ago to jump to Toronto when
Hmm.
you didn't have charter flights. You got commercial flights where people are already struggling to get from city to city. Now you're trying to go to a different country and you got all that going on. So we were patient. We're going to continue to be patient, even though everything isn't perfect. But
Yeah, man. I
no,
think the Canada games really helped out the turnout for both of those. The one last year, big turnout, and I'm pretty sure the one this year had a good, decent turnout as well. So I understand that that has helped. Um, it's good to see, and it's good to see that they have certain people involved. I know people feel certain way about certain individuals being involved, but you got to think though, these are people important to Toronto basketball in general. Like I know people ain't too fond of Drake. People ain't the fondest of Masai Ujiri. I know I know some people ain't fond of Kyle Lowry.
what? What? Who not cool with Masai Ujiri and Kyle Lowry?
I mean, I thought people. I don't know. Isn't Masai not with the Raptors no more?
Why wouldn't he be with the Raptors anymore?
I don't know why I thought he wasn't with the Raptors anymore.
He's still with the Raptors, bro.
Okay, I don't know what I'm saying here. I'm getting too ahead of myself. But I know the boy. People ain't really too fond of, and I mean, I know he campaigned for it for a little minute. He was like, "Oh, I need a team in my city. I need a team in Toronto, man." Canada game happened twice. He was not in attendance, but hey, let the boy get a team. He right there, front and center. But that's neither here nor there. It's just good to see the expansion of the game. Nevertheless, um, I think it's kind of fitting that in 2026 the Sixers getting a team. I hate myself for that connection, dog. You know me. You know me. But yeah. But yeah, shout out to Toronto. Shout out to Kathy on expanding to Toronto. And from what I've heard, no, not from what I've heard, from what's been reported, it's going to be what? Two more teams by 2026?
Yes.
Yeah. They need a team in the South, bro. They need
Either,
another team in the dirty South, bro.
either,
The
it's
the,
either
the Dream can't be the only team down there.
it's either 2026 or 2028.
All right. But yeah. No. Dream need another team in the we need another team in the South. All right. Dream can't be the only team in the dirty South. We gotta get some more Southeast representation.
Do we though?
Yes.
We don't have to.
Charlotte Sting come back. Charlotte Sting come back. Charlotte Sting come back. And I think it's a perfect time too. Charlotte Sting come back. I think a team of Florida would be cool. Whether you bring back the Miami team or the Orlando team, or maybe a Tampa team, Jacksonville. You got options.
You gotta think about crowds already and
Hmm.
like how many people come out to these games. Like we can't just throw cities out. Like, and I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm just saying like Miami fans come to Heat games late all the time.
Hmm.
So if they gonna come to Heat games late, are we expecting them to go to WNBA games on time? Are we expecting them to go to WNBA games? Like those are things we got to think about.
Yeah, yeah,
Not everybody is is on the wave. Especially it's a wave now that
yeah,
obviously it's been growing year after year. Now it's a wave of people like, oh, I want to support the W. I want to watch the W. I want to watch this. So you have to do the proper research and see what certain cities actually want and what they are actually capable of doing and having.
yeah, yeah. No, for sure. I mean, I would think that would go into go into bringing an expansion team. A certain city has to, meet the criteria in certain ways. That's why I think it was cool that Golden State finally got a team out there. We got another, organization, another team that loves basketball, not team, another city that loves basketball, being with the success that the Golden State Warriors have had over the past couple of years. They got a new stadium in the Chase Center now, and just seeing the right energy behind it.
Yeah,
Uh, I know Elena Beard had a great effort in that too, even though she really the ownership group that she had together really didn't get it. Like any. It didn't really have anything to do with this, but it started there with that energy there. I just think with South Carolina's success, like the basketball team, not basketball team, college, South Carolina's collegiate success
Yeah.
the last few years, I think that has something to do with it and something to help. And being that they travel, their crowds travel. Like South Carolina's about to play against, not South Carolina. The Ace is about to play against Atlanta soon. That game is sold out. And that game has been sold out for weeks. Like anytime A apostrophe step foot in Atlanta, fam is there. So
Yeah, but they only play so many times in Charlotte. So how many times are those South Carolina fans making that commute to Charlotte?
I mean, if they got a team in Charlotte and they got, let's see, in 2026, they get a team in Charlotte and mess around in it is what 2024.
Mm-hmm.
No, Malaysia won't be drafted. What? That wouldn't be Malaysia's draft class, would it? I don't
Their
think so.
class
I think 2027 be her draft class.
2027, correct? Yeah, because
Okay,
their class of 23, right?
right. So yeah. Mm, let's see. Her freshman year is 23. Got 24. 25.
So
Oh,
2026 would be
23, 24, 24,
26 would be
25,
Lauren.
25, 26, 26, 27. Yeah, she'd be in the 27 draft class.
Yeah, 26 would be like Lauren Best, Ashton Watkins, Kiki Rice, Flau'jae, uh, those kinds of players. That class, I should say.
That class, so rising juniors.
2027 would be Juju, Michaela Williams, Madison Booker, Malaysia, Hannah Hidalgo, and so on and so forth.
Ooh, wee.
Yeah, crazy.
Um,
Our class gonna be nuts.
yeah, man, we got some loaded draft classes next couple of years, but we're blessed. As hoop fans, we're
We
blessed.
got Kiki next year.
Come on now.
We got Lauren Betts and Kiki Rice and just Ashton Watkins. After that, like it's just gonna get better and better and better.
Yeah, but
Got Olivia Miles,
yeah, can't forget about Olivia Miles, man. You
man.
know, hey, Olivia Miles. That's one of my faves, man.
85.
Yeah, I would say let's see. College players currently in college right now. I'll say she's really a foe. So you got Olivia Page, Hannah. I said Olivia Page, Hannah, Juju. I really can't. I really can't put my feet on that fifth. Maybe Malaysia. Yeah. Five be Malaysia. If I had to pick a five right now, my favorite college players. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
But
Gives
all
us,
right. One last thing before you wrap up, unless you have something else.
oh no, I was no. Go ahead.
All right. So speaking of expansion, Detroit Pistons been in talks and works and trying to bring back the Detroit Shock. And the thing they ran into is somebody buying the trademark to the team name of Detroit Shock and is starting their own league that is set to play basketball sometime this year. It is called the WBL. I think there's 5 teams. Let me see. I took a screenshot of this the other day. Yeah, it is 5 teams.
Oh, Caitlin going. Oh.
What?
No, Caitlin finna turn up on him.
I'll put it in the parlay tonight too.
Caitlin hit a 3 and then was talking cast to Victoria Vivian's on the way down. Got in her
Where my
face.
remote at? Where my remote at? Where my remote at? Where my remote? I told myself I wasn't going to go get distracted. I was going to lock in. I was locked in for all of 15 minutes.
Yeah, Caitlin. That's what I want to see right there.
Hold on. I put Caitlin in the parlay for a reason today. Hold on, baby. I had a feeling.
Oh yeah, it's up now.
How many points she
It's
got?
up now. Get them boys buckets. Yeah.
How many points she got? She got 10 points already? Yeah, I'm not tuning in. Anyways, but nah, so the WBL Women's Basketball League, I think is going, I don't know, whatever. They got the rights to the team names of the Detroit Shock and the Cleveland Rockers.
Oh.
And they got the Cleveland Rockers. Yeah.
So they just
And I'm just thinking, like, how do you drop the ball? Like, we talk about on the show all the time about it's good to preserve the history. It's good to tell the history of the league. And part of that is preserving the history of the former teams. These
how
are
do
that
we
were
know when this happened?
I don't
Like,
know when it happened,
what
but
did they put in for
the trademark was abandoned sometime period between whenever the last time the Detroit Shot were a team and like now the trademark was abandoned and this guy bought it. I forgot this guy's name, but he bought it, and I'm just thinking like, bro, like how we just lose out? Like how does that just happen, bro?
I'm not. It
I
is what it
mean, it is what it is at this point, and the W can buy it back. I believe they got enough money to buy it back.
is. For what? Just do a new team. Just do a new team, bro. Come on. Let's just
Man, the Detroit Shot won championships, man.
okay. And the Tulsa Shock did. Like,
Yeah,
it's
Tulsa ain't win nothing. Yeah,
like
that's why they in Dallas.
we've seen NBA teams change names, and I don't think it's that big a deal for.
It's not. I mean, I look at it like an
I
NBA.
mean, we like
I look at it as like an
know
NBA,
about the
ABA
Shock.
type thing.
We know about the Shock.
We do,
Like
but
the
it's
history
like
on if we still here, we all still here, we seen it. We can tell the stories.
we can't tell the stories. That's why it's important to make sure we tell
We're
the
not
stories
banned
right.
from telling stories. We just banned from having a Detroit Shock women's basketball team in the WNBA. That's it. We got 2 new teams, and we talking about the Shock not being a team. They wasn't a team anyway. How do we
But
know that they were going to be
hey,
a team in 3 years?
well, at least there is energy behind bringing the team to Detroit again. So shout out to the Pistons on that front.
No, bro. The way they be doing stuff out in Detroit, leave them alone. I ain't gonna lie. We do not need a Detroit equivalent of the WNBA. I'm sorry.
No Detroit basketball in the W?
Now that they got the same GMs and owners, and we good on that game. I ain't gonna lie. The Pistons ain't been good since 04.
Well, look at how look at the Nets. Look at the Nets. Look at how they ran the Nets and look at how they ran the Liberty. Liberty went to the finals last year.
You're taking a big chance.
When the last time the Nets sniffed the finals? Real talk.
You're taking a big chance, my dog.
I mean, it's a big chance with the Detroit Pistons.
They've been doo-doo for.
They don't really have, I mean, they don't really have the not ownership. It doesn't seem like they have someone that has the energy of the Tsai family or Mark Davis or just an owner that is willing to put in to the game. At least not yet. We haven't seen anything from them yet.
All right.
We just got word that they're, working behind the scenes to bring a team to Detroit. But is it like, all right, are you bringing a team to Detroit? Or I'm gonna say it's not 446.
Just be dribbling, swing the rock, yo.
Oh my gosh, can I play this game?
All right.
But yeah,
bro, dribbling the clock.
That is news for this week. That is our news for this week. Let's move on. I'm about to say the Detroit Sun. The Connecticut Sun are the last unbeaten team in the W at the moment, standing at what 6-0, 7-0,
6-0.
6-0. Vegas is behind them 4-1. New York is behind Vegas 5-2. Minnesota is behind New York at 4-2. What do we think of the Connecticut Sun early on?
I don't know, man. We said it kind of a little bit last week that it's kind of hard to gauge them in the regular season because you gotta judge them in the postseason. But
yeah,
I give them credit where it's due. They're playing really good basketball. They were able to get a win last week without Alyssa Thomas after she was ejected, which I thought was a very nasty foul that she gave to Angel Reese, and
that was ridiculous.
Didn't really show any remorse either, and that was the big deal for me. Like I don't never get too crazy on a hard foul, but a hard foul and then you walking off the court like you didn't even touch the girl. Like, come on, bro, like that ain't it.
Like that was a clear message sent for whatever reason. I don't know.
No, I think she was just frustrated. Somebody was outworking her and she didn't like it. We've seen that plenty of times with Alyssa Thomas in the past. Like, she's done it to Candace Parker multiple times. She did it to Fee like a couple nights before.
Yeah.
He got a black eye. I wonder where she got it from.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like there's okay, no, listen. There's evidence of her doing things like this. So this ain't nothing new. But again, they were able to, get a win over the Sky without her. DeWanna Bonner took over. They got a win over the Lynx at home in overtime. They blew out the Mercury, leaving them or making them shoot 1 for 27 from three.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
so
insane. 1 for 27, bro.
they have the best defense in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
And their offense isn't fantastic, but they know exactly what they want to get.
As he said, get that out of here, bro. You thought it was sweet.
Still
She
did.
said,
Oh,
she said,
oh,
you thought it was a sweet. You thought
uh,
it was sweet, huh? Cut that
um, but their offense is they have an offense that's like if it's going, it's going. If it's not, it's kind of ugly. Like
Oh
it don't
yeah,
because outside of Alyssa and Dewana, they don't really have like
like a for sure option.
consistent for sure steadiness on the perimeter.
Yeah.
We've seen flashes and we've seen growth from Dejanay and Ty Harris, but
Shout out to Dejanay.
we have to see if that's going to be an all season thing or if that's going to be an early season thing, and that's for a lot of players. Like there's a lot of players playing really well right now. We have to see if they're going to continue to play at that level. Derek
Yeah.
Ham, 21 points per game right now.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And if she wasn't shooting 57% from the free throw line, she'd be averaging like 25, 26.
Yeah.
She's getting 7 free throws a game and she's making 4. So if you make 6 out of 7 every game, you averaging 23, 24, 25 points.
Yep.
But I am curious to see how long they stay undefeated. Bree Jones is playing really good basketball. You can see her starting to get her legs back underneath her and starting to be confident. They play Wings and the Dream this week. So those are 2 games that they could lose. They do play a Mystic Seniors that is winless at this point, and then they play Liberty next Saturday. So, well, the following Saturday. So we'll see how they look by. They will have played the Wings, the Dream, and the Sun by the next time we talk. So we'll see what the record is then, and we'll see how they're playing. But at this point, I mean,
you said the Wings, the Dream, and the Sun.
Yeah, I meant sorry, the Wings, the Dream, and the Mystics. Sorry,
I'm about to say the Sun playing the Sunday scrimmage.
But yeah, I mean, they have 5 players averaging double figures. Rachel Banham has given them some good games.
Good addition
games. So, and they know what they're getting from Olivia Nelson-Ododa every time she comes on the floor. So,
oh yeah,
if they can get a consistent third scorer, and Dejanay has been that so far this year, and Bree Jones is back here, and she's an all-star. So, as the season goes on, Bree Jones will start to play more and more, and maybe that does push them over. They definitely could have used her last year in the series against New York. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, man. Something I was thinking about the other day while I was thinking about, show topics and just like things to talk about on the show in general. I'm thinking like, all right, if they were to lose, who would it be against? I'm thinking like a team like the Wings could possibly give them that first L. It just takes one game. All it takes is one game. And they have what it takes, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. You got to score like Enrique, bro, that can get hot at any moment. I don't know, I feel like it's just like those weird games that I don't want to say weird because like the Wings are good, but it's just those games that you don't really expect for them to lose that they lose, or like for them to get challenged. Like I didn't think the Aces would have lost any of those games against the Mercury, but the Mercury played them tough both times and they won the second game. So another thing I also thought about was Bree Jones and how big of an impact she is on this team, and how, I mean, hey, they were able to get far in the playoffs without her last year, but I know if they had her healthy, it would have been a different story probably. Like it would have helped them out much more. Maybe they could have got past New York. Maybe. Who knows? But I just know that they definitely missed her presence on the floor, and that she's that much of a game changer. I mean, as you mentioned, she's an all-star in this league, former 6th player of the year, former most improved player of the year too. One of the better forwards that we have in the W. So, I think I want to say they come back to earth because they are a good team. I would consider them a top 3 to 4 team in the league. But I do think that first L is coming soon. So
I'm mad at it.
yeah. All right. What else we want to go? Want to talk about?
Minnesota.
Cold
Uh,
like Minnesota.
so they've lost a few games.
They're
They
four and
lost.
two.
They lost to
The Aces last night, and then
last
didn't they
night.
lose to New York?
No, they beat New York. Their other loss was Connecticut.
Okay.
Um, they blew out New York actually.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's exactly right. That's right.
and then beat the Dream in Atlanta on a back to back. So
All these back to backs. I get it's an Olympic year, but good lord.
I'm just curious of how I don't want to say legitimate, but I'm just curious to see if they can keep this up all season. Um,
Yeah,
because right now they're second in defensive rating behind Connecticut, ahead of Seattle and New York. They're number one in effective field goal percentage and true shooting percentage. Number 2 in 3-point percentage. Number 1 in assists per game. Number 1 in steals and second in blocks.
mhm.
So, like 11 steals a game just feels like a lot um, to try to keep up with all season. I don't think the assists is something that will just fall away. I think their offenses ran really well, and they all share the ball and they all have the ability to pass. I mean, we have players like Courtney Williams and Afisa Collier, Atlanta Smith, Dorka, Uhas, just players that understand the game. Kayla McBride, players that understand the game and can shoot the ball well, can make plays for themselves and others. It just makes everything easier, and they're in a good offense. They're in a Cheryl Reeve ran team, so it makes sense to why they are playing this well because they do have a good roster.
Yeah,
Um, I think they can make a push for a 4 seed or a top
I
four
think so
seed.
too.
Um, and I don't see why they couldn't because you have Atlanta right behind you, and I think they have a case to say that they're better than them. I know Atlanta has a lot of talent, and they have some All Star talent. I mean, 4 of their starters are All Stars. Have been All Stars before. So,
Yeah,
um, and then Dallas, dealing with some injuries and stuff, but they're still playing pretty well. Regardless of that, Maddie Seagrass is taking a jump so far this season,
definitely
which is
has.
really nice to see. But obviously, most of their season relies on when Satu comes back
Yep.
and when they're fully healthy and when they can get Natasha Howard back as well.
Yeah.
So with those 2 teams right there, Seattle is always lurking as well with their big four actually with Ezzy. Phoenix, I'm not super confident on it. We'll talk about that in a couple of minutes, but um, I like the way that Lynx have played. I like the way that they have played together. I think they have a cohesiveness that some teams are still trying to figure out.
Yeah.
This isn't necessarily a team that's all played together. I mean,
Yeah.
Fee and Kayla McBride and Bridget Carlton and Dorothy Uhas have played together, but Alana Smith, Courtney Williams, um, they are just coming into the system and
Shout out to Alana
taking
Smith
it up
too,
right
man.
away. She's freaking hooping, bro.
Yo, facts. Shout
Like
out to Alana Smith.
this might be
Shout
All
out to
Star.
K Mac too. She had a crazy game the other night. And
She's
she
been
only
hooping.
missed like 2 shots, maybe.
She's been hooping. Really
Yeah.
tempo.
Sucks to see Diamond Miller go down
Yeah,
due to injury, but no, but for sure though, I'm not sleeping on the Cheryl Reeve team at all.
yeah.
Just not.
As
That
far as
woman
New
knows how to
York,
coach. That woman knows how to build a team.
for sure. As far as New York, they're not playing really bad right now, and I think this is kind of just like looking at it as like they're beating teams they should beat, and when they play the bigger teams, are we confident in them when they get to the playoffs? Obviously, this is far down the line. It's May,
It's
and
May.
we're talking about October, September,
Yeah.
August.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, there are some things that are worrisome. So these things do need to get picked up. Like their third offensive rating, 11th 3-point percentage. That's interesting to me when you have one of the best shooters in the league,
Yep.
uh, and she's shooting 30% from the floor, or 30% from the 3-point line and 39% from the floor. Stewie's shooting 45% from the floor, which just sounds crazy. She's a player that has always shot the ball really efficiently.
Yeah.
Her past couple of seasons, she shot 52, 47, 48. Like, I don't know. She's shooting like freaking 20% from three. I don't think that's something that stays all season.
That's not Stewie at all.
I think as the season goes on, she'll start to ramp up.
Yeah.
And she'll start to shoot a better percentage.
Yeah.
45 is not bad, but I feel like for her, you want to be in that 48, 49, 50 range.
Yeah, because we've known her to be one of the better shooting players in the league.
Yeah, like
not even
it just
just
feels like when
on
she shoots
position,
it,
just better player. Like she
yeah,
can shoot, she can stretch the floor, she can, yeah.
She's one of those players that when she shoots it, you feel like it's going in.
Yeah.
So it's just weird to see her. She's averaging 18 points a game, which isn't bad, but for her standards, it's just like, oh, okay.
No, so we used to Stewie getting 25 a night, bro.
Right. And again, this is not saying that she's playing poorly. It's just to her standards, you feel like there's more to get off the apple.
Like that's the reigning MVP we talking about.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, but she's still top 2, 3 player in the world.
I'll say top 2.
Yeah. I was just trying to be nice.
And I'll say she's 2.
Yeah. Somebody said Enrique earlier when I made my tweet about Asia being the best player in the league, and I was like, respectfully, nope.
I know who you are.
Nope. But yeah, I think New York will be fine. It's just I don't know. It just something seems a little off.
It's the small things that they gotta like fix, like fine tune and stuff. It's like sometimes it's like decision making. Sometimes it's like
shot
defense a little bit. It's just
quality.
like I don't know. Sometimes you'll see John Quell look like MVP John Quell, and then the next day look like not MVP John Quell. It just I don't know. It's like the Liberty is really like, yo, what team are we getting today?
Yeah. And it's been really weird to see John Quell like as frustrated as she's been so far this season. I don't know. It just feels like every time I'm watching, she just looks super, super frustrated. Yeah. And other people were saying how they noticed that as well. Phoenix, they are 3-4. Skylar has had 21 points and 16 points in her last 2 games. Before that, she had 2 points and 8 points. Are we worried about that, or are we going to assume that that's something that as a team, or sorry, Phoenix. Why did I say Phoenix?
I'm about to say, you said Phoenix and Skylar. That's why I was confused. I was like, hold on, wait, you trying to build something up? Like, what are they playing?
My bad.
Oh, man, you had me thinking they was playing soon. It was like,
my bad. I was looking at Skylar stats, but panic meter on Phoenix. So
got you. Seattle.
Let's go to Seattle real quick and then jump back to. Yeah. So like Skylar has 16 and 9, and then 21 on 58 and 63% shooting. And then she had 2 points and 8 points the games before that.
Yeah. So in the game right now, she has 14 points and she is 6 of 9 from the field. So
yeah. So are we assuming that she's starting to find her rhythm, and the team is going to start to rise up due to that? Because right now they're sitting at 7. Obviously, again, it's March or it's May.
An early season.
So it's early in the season. But you don't want to, compound on these losses and compound on these mistakes.
Yeah.
Confidence is a huge thing. If she can't find that confidence, which it seems like she has, but that can last weeks, months, however long before someone can get over that mental hurdle. So
yeah,
looks like she is, but I'm just curious to what you think about Seattle so far.
I'm not trying to have any too strong of opinions on Seattle based on the fact that they brought in Nneka Ogwumike and Skylar Diggins-Smith, 2 big pieces that you have to like break in. You can't just put it together and it be a complete puzzle. Like you kind of got to break it in. You got to mold it. You got to like, you got to see it through, see how things work with it. What?
One thing I will say, I'm just gonna say they're all their wins. So they lost twice to the Storm to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
All of their wins.
You said they
Mystics,
lost twice to the Storm?
no, lo- no. They lost twice to the Lynx. Sorry,
Okay, I thought you said they lost twice to the Storm. I was like, what?
what is happening? They lost
Tariq, I'm
twice.
gonna need you to lock in right now.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do everything fast so that you can get out of here. But
I know. Don't rush. Don't rush. We good.
they lost to the Lynx twice.
Yeah.
Before the season started, or when the season started.
When the season started, they lost back
they
to back.
their wins have been the Mystics,
Yeah.
the Fever, the
Yeah.
Mystics, the Sky, and the Fever.
I mean,
Or
they're taking care of business is what it sounds like.
No. They're playing the Fever right now.
They're playing for you right now.
It sounds like they're beating the bad teams.
That's what I'm saying. They're taking care of business. Yeah. They're good enough to beat the teams that they need to beat.
Their losses, the Lynx twice,
yeah,
and the Liver. So the good teams they lose, the bad teams they win.
Yeah.
You can't get to where you eventually want to get to if you listen to these kinds of teams.
No, definitely. Something's gonna have to change. They're gonna have to be a cohesive team and lock in. But I mean, I don't think it's a panic there because they're beating the teams that they should be beating, Like, okay, it's a toss-up with the Lynx. The Lynx are a good squad. Okay, it's a toss-up with the Liberty. Liberty just were in the finals this past season. And they have the reigning MVP on their team, a budding star in Sabrina Ionescu, a former MVP in Jonquel Jones, an all-star in Benai Delaney Hamilton. Like, they have a deep squad. So I get why they might lose to that team. And that team's been together for a year now. I know Sabrina and Benaj have been together longer, but that team has been together for a year now. They've been building chemistry. They've had a whole offseason together. So I get why a new team like the Seattle Storm, which they have the star caliber players. You got Nneka, you got Skylar Diggins-Smith, you got Jewel Lloyd, some of the best to ever touch basketball on one team. But it might not be working out because it's still all their first time playing together outside of USA, So I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm giving it like a couple more weeks. I'm not giving it a lot of time because you got a 40-game season, right? And as you mentioned, you can't really bank on we can afford to lose right now. No, you can't. You can't. It's 40 games.
Other teams gonna get healthier. Other teams get more cohesive. Other teams are gonna get better.
Yes. So, you gotta figure it out now, I would say. Well, not right now. I don't need y'all to go undefeated, but at the same time, y'all gotta look more together. Y'all gotta be more complete because of how short the season is. I mean, it's the longest season that they've played, and you got an Olympic break in the middle, and it's like after that Olympic break, it's just gonna go up even higher. The intensity just going to rise as you get toward late season. So it's best to figure things out now than figure things out later.
Yeah, this is game number 8, so they're already almost a quarter through their season.
That's insane.
So,
see, that's the thing. That's why I respect the W. They're not afford the same luxuries as the NBA. NBA, you got 82 games, you got a whole offseason, you got summer league for the rookies. You know how many rookies missed they graduation this summer? You know how many rookies, bro? Their draft was literally a week after the March Madness. And they're playing against some of the best players that ever touched basketball. Caitlin Clark, her first few games were against the Connecticut Sun twice, New York Liberty twice, and then faced the Aces a week after that. Those 3 teams were the top 3 teams in the league last year. And she coming off, finishing up last assignments of her collegiate career, of a college. Last college assignments. On top of the other pressure just being the #1 draft pick and being pushed to the forefront and being his top player. Like, I ain't mean to go off track here, but it just shows, it's just a testament to how tough these players are, bro. Like, they're not afforded the same luxury as the men. And I think that's why we got to respect them a little more.
For sure.
Yeah. But I say all that to say, Seattle needs to figure it out soon. Or I want to say I think they'll make the playoffs. But it doesn't matter of where they'll make it in the playoffs. Are they going to be a top 4 team or they're going to be a bottom 4 team? It's only 8 spots.
With the talent you have, a first-round exit is not going to cut it. With the talent you have, a first-round exit is not going to cut it. So you better get in there. And if you're too low, this is the thing. So Connecticut, Las Vegas, New York. I think they're solidified top 3.
Yes.
I think
That fourth spot is who?
Minnesota is working on solidifying themselves.
Yeah.
But 4 through 7/8 is always super, super close. It's been close the
Yes.
last years. And then you've got teams like Chicago, who is playing really well. They're
Yeah.
hanging there, and they've only played 5 games so far. A lot of teams have played 6 or 7 games. Indiana's played 8, or now 9. They're playing number 9 as we speak. So
yeah,
Chicago, as they keep playing, Angel Reese is playing better.
Angel Reese is balling.
Better. Evans is playing better. Marina Mabry's playing better.
Yeah.
And they're getting healthier. Diamond DeShields is getting healthier every time she's on the court. So Chicago is a team that you can't sleep on. LA has some talent. Like,
oh yeah,
you can't just assume that those
Dearica hooping,
teams,
Cam hooping, Rakia hooping.
Outside of Washington, and at this point, I think we could say Indiana. I don't feel like those two are really going to like catapult, but I think those other two, they have a chance.
I just saw the highlight. Oh, I just saw Haley get spicy, boy. We here.
Like, oh, Caitlin talking. I love it.
Listen, man. Caitlin talking, Angel talking a lot. Angel went. Angel had a TL crash out last week. Borderline TL crash out last week, but I'm here for all the smoke. I'm sorry, as a person that does not indulge, but I'm here for all the smoke.
Phoenix, and then we can get out of here because
okay. I mean, I got a couple things I want to touch on, but yeah.
Okay.
Be straight.
Panic meter on them because they are 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
11th in defensive rating.
And
I don't know. I think
not gonna lie, they've had some bad losses, dog.
They have.
They've had some bad losses. Like,
that is the thing. Like,
oh man, I mean, they lost last night to the Liberty, which wasn't too bad, but
it's not a bad loss, especially coming off.
But against the Sun.
Yeah, that one's bad.
That's crazy.
Getting smacked like that, and then like
23-point L. Brother. What is that?
Nah, you're wild, bro. Nah, that's crazy. What did you just?
I said, brother. The guy that's like, brother.
That's no way you just did that on this.
23-point loss is crazy, bro.
1 for 27 from 3 on a James Harden Rocket stuff.
Brother.
Yo, what do you? Yeah, relax.
1 for 27, dog. Like, come on, man. You couldn't 27.
That's OD.
Out of 27 shots, I made 1 as a team.
It's OD for sure.
1 for 27 is crazy. As a squad.
Oh yeah, Cam.
That's bad.
No foul.
The other game on. Let me go ahead and turn that on. Cam versus Angel tonight.
So I'm not too like cosplaying really well.
Oh, for sure.
DT shooting 36% from 3. But then after that, Natasha Cloud's averaging is shooting 40% from the field, 20% from 3. Sophie shooting 37 from 3. Rebecca Allen missed a game in there. So she's back. Shook Sutton missed a game or 2 in there, so she's back. And I think Brittany Griner coming back is going to change a lot of this.
Oh yeah.
They don't really have a center right now. They're playing with a forward.
Boy, Dearica hooping, man.
Who?
Dearica hooping, boy. I don't know. She's got a different type of energy with her this year, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy actually.
Something different, bro.
But yeah, I think a lot of their struggles right now will change when Brittany Griner comes back. But you don't want to get too far down in the standings until she comes back, and then you're sitting in that 6th spot, and you have to play Las Vegas, New York, or Connecticut. Like that's a tall task to try to get out of the first round with.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think they gotta get something going. They gotta get something going. They gotta get something together. They got time is ticking. Like we mentioned, it's a 40-game season. So, and you got All-Star in between.
We can only say
Olympic in between that. They got the Mystics tonight. Not the Mystics, the Lynx tonight. Lynx tonight, LA next week, and then they got Seattle. So I mean, it's not like the. I don't want to say the schedule is fully in their favor, but I mean they could win all 3 of those games.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So
But they could lose all 3 of those games.
they
Like
could lose all 3 of those games too. I mean, hey,
never know, bro. You never
any
know.
given day, man, you gotta, the ball tip off, and whatever happens after happens after. I don't know what type of sense I was trying to make there, or what trying to say, and I was trying to say there.
I was gonna let it slide.
I guess that was like my uncleism for the day.
All right, man. What do you want to touch on?
I want to talk about them Las Vegas Aces, and more importantly, A'ja Wilson and the start that she's had to the season, bro. 20-10 in each of her 5 games. 20-10, and not just no regular 22. She had what 29-15 the other night.
Last night. Well, 2 nights ago now.
And 4 blocks. Man, she she coming for the MVP. She come for it all. All right. That's you coming out next spring. Y'all robbed the MVP, gave her 4th place vote.
4th place.
Come on now. Y'all thought that y'all thought for that to happen right before the last finals. Like that was announced before the finals happened, right?
Yeah, bold.
Y'all gotta stop doing this to A, man.
Yeah.
I gotta stop playing with A apostrophe, dog.
No,
I'm not even saying this as a fan. I'm just saying this as a fan of the game. I'm not saying this as a fan of the Aces or fan of the A apostrophe. Y'all gotta stop playing with A apostrophe now. She ain't doing to mess with, man.
They gotta stop doing it to the league because every time they do it to A'ja, she just cooked the league.
That's what I'm saying.
What they did it to Stewie. Like they was like, oh, we can give it to you, and now A'ja was like, oh, word?
Yeah.
I'm really cooking. She's like, I was gonna
look how I did your MVP. Now look,
disrespectfully.
Now look how I did your MVP.
If you would have gave me an MVP, maybe I'd have let it go 5.
Maybe.
But now I gotta send home at 4. On her home court.
Come on now. What's up with the Aces winning championships on other people's courts, bro?
They don't like winning on their home court.
AJ ain't see a game 5 just like Jordan ain't see a game 7. Am I getting ahead of myself here? I'm just saying.
All right now.
Just saying.
I ain't mad at it.
I'm just saying.
Hey, at this moment, that is correct.
Yes, so, as of now, her career. Listen, we are still not far. We're still a ways into her career. This is year what? 7? Got drafted 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, it's year 7.
That's crazy.
It don't feel like it though.
It definitely don't.
But I know she got another. 6. Oh, year 6. Okay. You year sure? 6. 2018.
This says
2019.
It is 7th season. What? Why say 6th season and 7th season on this thing? I'll smack every.
Stupid. Well, I'll say because she got drafted 2018, right?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Drafted 2018, played 2018 season, 2019 season, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024.
Yeah, year 7.
Year 7 for A apostrophe, excuse me. Yeah, man, y'all boy gotta listen, bro. Y'all gotta stop playing with A apostrophe, bro. Like, and the Aces look good. Aces look good. Can't wait for Chelsea Gray to come back, really. But Jackie Young's been holding it down. KP's been holding it down. Jackie Young is
phenomenal, bro.
Her assist to turnover ratio, bro. Oh my gosh.
She's averaging 8 assists a game.
Yeah, I think she only had maybe what a handful of turnovers in that. In this stretch.
And the last 5 games, she's got.
I thought I retweeted it earlier.
25, 31, 41 assists to 8 turnovers.
Yeah, she had a double last night, 19 and 10.
22 and 6, 22, 6.
And that's 10 assists.
23, 7 and 6. Like, she's playing some phenomenal basketball to start the season.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. Like, if you would have told me 4 years ago that Jackie Young would be averaging 21 and 8 at one point, like 21, 5 and 8. And this isn't saying that I didn't think she was gonna be a great player, but
No.
man, I just wasn't expecting this kind of playmaking jump. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
11 assists, 8 assists, 10 assists, like that just makes them even more difficult to guard when Chelsea Gray comes back.
Brother.
Come on.
When Chelsea Gray come back, it's a wrap. Who else or what else I want to shout out or talk about in terms of aces? K Martin. Listen, man. Money Martin, man. I like what I'm seeing from him. You know, I hate that D'Angelo Fair got cut, but
yeah.
Shout out to my rook, K Martin.
She's playing good basketball. And
Oh
she's
yeah,
playing,
valuable minutes, valuable production when she stepped on the court, bro.
Played 22 minutes and 21 minutes for the last 2 games, so she's being trusted.
Valuable production. She had like what 12 points in a game against the Fever.
Yep, 9 points against the Lynx. So
yeah,
23 points in the last 2 games.
Shout out to Money Martin, man. K Money.
The Aces out here cheating, bro.
Yeah,
like just out here
they just casually drafting K Martin from the stands, bro.
Literally, bro. She was there. She wasn't even there.
She wasn't even that. She wasn't even there to get her name called. She was there to support Caitlyn. Now she was like, I hope my name is getting called. But
right.
I was there primarily for Caitlyn. Like I prepared, whatever.
Crazy.
Getting drafted from the stands, bro. Man, I don't know. Ain't no better story than that. Speaking of draft, though, the Los Angeles Sparks have continue to prove that they knocked it out the park with their draft. Rickea Jackson is starting now. Cam Brink has been on a tear.
Cam Brink's been phenomenal.
Man, they got. Oh man, no, I'm not even about to say that. But
she get that.
She getting comps. She getting comps to NBA players. Which we get that. The game is there. The game is here. All right. That's gonna be a theme for the year. I think is the W is here. Like we talk about the W the same way we talk about the NBA. So, but
okay,
I think it's funny. I think it's funny, but I think it's good too. It's good conversation. Like it's good that people are seeing these players and are giving them the due praise that they deserve. In most cases, and Cam Brink has been one of those. She's been good on the defensive end. I think of the game against the Misties where she blocked Shakira Austin at the end of the game, clinched the win. Other time, like she just, how tall is she? Like 6'6", 6'7"?
I want to say 6'6".
6'4". What?
That's a tall 6'4".
No way.
A tall 6'4". I think me, you, and Bailey just had this conversation like 2 weeks ago.
Possibly, yeah, but
and I think we
6'4"?
all said. I think it might have been on the pod. I think we were all like, "That's a really tall 6'4". Like that's a tall.
Maybe because she's skinny, but I don't know.
Like her and Asia are both 6'4". Cam Brink looks taller.
Honestly, yeah. Like Asia 6'4", Stewie 6'4".
Yeah.
Like
Cam, she not. Somebody ain't measuring right.
No.
Hey, Kennedy Carter, bro. I know he's talking about this work. Kennedy Carter is freaking hooping, bro.
Yeah, I see it right now.
Man, if I had a pick, if I had an expansion pick, and they got to protect players,
you protect
and they don't protect players, my first pick, Kennedy Carter.
Oh, you saying if they don't protect? Okay.
Yeah, like if she wasn't protected, she my first pick.
Snatch. Yeah.
For sure, my first pick.
For Showski. But no, I wanted to shout out. Motherfucker, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to shout out the Sparks, and their rookies. Shout out to De'Erica Hamby too, hooping.
21 a game,
bro. Like she hooping with a vengeance, bro. Like she hooping like she got something to prove for real, bro. Like hooping. Who else was hooping there? Kia Nurse.
Yep.
Ari McDonald had her career high dive, I believe.
Gave me PTSD, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, where have I seen this before? And I was like, PTSD, bro. Why did I have to think about that, bro? She gave us the work in the Final Four a few years ago.
Yeah, made an in for herself.
We.
Oh. That's good. That's good ball move right there.
Sammy, where are you going?
Ooh.
Sammy, where are you going?
Oh
Caitlin had that
wait.
girl,
Oh wait. Oh wait. You ahead of me.
Caitlin had that girl at the free throw line.
Oh. Oh. We here.
Caitlin like, oh, this chopped cheese out here.
Boy, I gotta let Caitlin get comfortable, boy. And I'm gonna stay in the front. She's submerged. She's comfortably swimming. Boy, she in the big pond now. Boy, animal big fish, little pond. No, Caitlin done graduated.
Oh, we had that girl.
Graduated, call her big fish. Oh, she about to hit it. Oh, I thought she about to hit another one, boy.
Boy, she had
It's getting. Oh, we getting spooky.
that ACL was getting a little shaky. I ain't gonna lie.
Boy. What about to show the replay? Skirt.
That back leg, God.
Uh,
Boy, that back.
Talk to him nicely. Come on, man.
But all right,
Can't mess with you. All right, but
I don't want to keep you too long.
nah. Speaking of rookies, I want to shout. I hate that this is at the end of the show, but I do want to shout out Angel Reese for how she's played this season so far. I know coming into the season, or just even like towards the end of the collegiate season, people had questions about Angel Reese and about her making the jump to the W. I mean, I know I said on the show last week, best way to to learn or develop is to get thrown in the fire sometimes. I mean,
Sure.
I learned how to play spades just by getting thrown into a spades game.
Great pass.
I know many of y'all don't know how to play spades, so that won't resonate with y'all. But yeah, maybe that tough love, the tough enduring tough competition early on in your career just for the better. I mean, I think she'll become a better player by the end of the season, obviously, just with the development as is and her being the player that she is, seeing or playing against some of the like all-time greats. You got Stewie, BG, Asia, you got NECA she's gonna go up against, Fee she's gonna go up against, John Quell she's gonna go or she's went up against, and she did her thing against New York too. They got the win against New York. But yeah, shout out to her. She became the first rookie since Brian Howard to start the season off. What? I forgot the exact stat. That fast. Oh, and I wrote it down. I wrote it down. I got words coming out this weekend, by the way. I got words coming out. Hey, the pen is back, all right? The pen is back. Got some words coming out this weekend. But Angel Reese.
Oh, Kennedy.
Man, where is the damn stat? Okay. Angel Reese becomes the first rookie since Ryan Howard to have 5 straight double-digit scoring games to start her career. She is averaging currently 12 points and 8.6 rebounds a game. Shooting 30% though, that gotta work on that. But all in all, though, she's having a good start to her pro career, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of her career shapes out, or just not. I mean, obviously the rest of her career, but just the rest of the season shapes out. Being that they had a lot of people had a lot to say, and people had differing opinions on Miss Angel Reese and her going to the W and her returning. I just know that it's good to see her play well and be able to handle it well too. I feel like she's handling it well. And she's having fun with it too, man. She had the Mega Stallion concert, bro. And one day, and she had a game the next day. Like she's living. She's living. This is what it's about, man.
She's showing what superstars look like.
Yeah. Hey, what Future say? You do what you want when you popping.
Culture setters.
You do what you want when you popping. You do what you want when you popping.
She got my sister to watch basketball, so she goated forever to me.
Come on now.
My sister
Come on now. My mom asked me what time the game come on. I'm like, hold on. We here. But Yeah, man. Like I said, like I mentioned, I got words coming out this weekend, hopefully. So be on the lookout for that. Y'all know where to tune into for any and everything basketball. We be back to talk. Probably a finals preview, depending on how this game 5 goes. Because game 4 was crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Definitely was.
Luka hit that shot. I said, hold on.
Nah, that was crazy.
I was bugging out.
Nah, that was crazy for real.
But
Chrissy size, bro. Fight the ref, golly.
Uh-oh.
Feel like she about to steal off him, bro.
But yeah, nah. So we'll be about to talk NBA top of next week. Maybe a finals preview. Who knows? Depending on if it goes 6 or not. Like I said, I predicted it goes 6. So we'll see. We'll see what the Wolves do tonight. Obviously that'll be determined by the time you are listening or watching this. But yeah. So yeah, I got words coming out this weekend. We got NBA finals preview probably coming out next week. WNBA talk weekly, obviously. Reek, you got anything to plug, talk about, anything you got going on?
Just like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff.
For sure. Share this with a friend, bro. Come on now. Especially if you made it this far. Sure. And comment too. I love this. I love to see y'all comments. I really love to see y'all comments and engage with y'all comments. Like on some real talk. I really love it. That's honestly part of why I do it, but it is a part of I like to have good conversation, with people. So yeah. But nah. Did we address that last week? No, we didn't address that last week. The comment. The one talking about how Caitlin's is getting attention that we haven't seen before.
I think we talked about it on the NBA one.
Okay. Well, another thing to mention towards that, Erin McDonald shot a free throw. She had 2. Shot a free throw and went straight to go guard Caitlin. I've never seen that before. So that tells you everything you need to know.
She didn't even want her points.
Dog, in her career high game, she more focused about what Caitlin is doing. Making sure she don't score again. Oh, man. Making sure Caitlin don't score again.
I just need people to stop
before she score her second free throw.
I just need people to stop acting like they're not guarding her differently.
They definitely are. We haven't seen a rookie with this gravity. I'm sorry. We just haven't.
Every other player gets to walk down the court comfortably, except Caitlin Clark.
Asia Wilson don't even get that attention.
Well, I mean, if she
she do get. I mean, she don't. But I mean, that's a different position. I'm sorry, there. No, she do get double, triple.
It's not like she dribbling the ball down the court and shooting.
But Sabrina Ionescu ain't get this attention coming into the league. I'll say that.
I wouldn't say to this degree.
To this degree, no. Well, but she only played 3 games of rookie season, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to think of someone around like Caitlin Clark caliber. Like someone that you can put in a conversation and compare. Like KP ain't get this. She didn't get this coming into the league. KP was Caitlin before Caitlin.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. But you already know the vibes. This has been another good episode for the books of the Hoodie and Headband podcast show. We'll be back to discuss some more hoops next week. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.